Justice-3838 coming back to you live again. I thought I'd come on, see how everybody was doing. Like I said, I'm trying to build my channel a little bit more, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Get my stuff pulled up here real quick so I can see y'all's comments and everything. There we go. There's that, and there we go, and I can see all that. The way I can see if anybody pops on, anybody says anything, I can see your comments, anything like that. So just letting everybody know that I'm live and everything. If you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to talk about, I do general readings, I do collective readings, anything that y'all want to know about me personally. I'm here pretty much for anything that y'all want me to be here for. I guess you could somewhat say. But yeah, I thought I'd come on here for a little bit, see how everybody was doing. Trying to find, where did I put that at? There it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for anybody that wants to talk about anything, or anybody has any questions, feel free to comment. I did get a couple more decks in today and everything. So if anybody wants to know anything, or need any type of reading or guidance for anything, feel free to ask. Make sure and subscribe to the channel, so anytime I come on, you can find my channel. Readings are free, donations are accepted. I don't ask anything in return except for your basically your blessing. You don't have to give anything if you can't, or if you don't really want to. It's not a problem whatsoever. I'm just basically here to build an audience, to build a community of people. So if anybody has anything they want to talk about, or any subjects they want to know about me, or anything like that, that's what I'm here for. I'm basically here for whatever needs you want me to, whatever you want to talk about. Like I said, I do general and personal readings for collective and individuals. I have been getting a couple more decks in to build my collection, to be able to clarify things a little bit more on certain situations. Basically, with my channel and everything, I do tarot readings. Basically, I do whatever needs to come out, or if you have a specific question, For readings, I've actually been studying and doing them for probably going close to 3 years now. I've been studying a lot more within the past 5 to 6 months. I've really started to get really deeper into the meanings and studying each card individually. Like I said, I'm trying to build my collection of cards so I can widen my subjects and messages that need to be given for any certain situation. Uh, yeah, I have had my channel for a while, but I haven't really came on. I haven't really felt comfortable enough to come live and everything. So I'm actually starting to get to that point to where I'm more comfortable with everything and being able to come more into a public view and be in the public eye more. But like I said, I'm here for more than just doing readings. I'm here to build a community, to be an outlet for people. If someone needs someone to talk to about anything, I'm not judgmental. I'm a pretty easy guy to get along with. I don't really judge anybody because I don't know whatever different people are going through different situations in time and going through different struggles in their life. And a lot of time people just need to uh, have someone to talk to. And thank you for coming on the channel. Thank you and I will try and I try to keep a positive attitude on everything, and I try to keep spreading the love to everybody that I can. Um, but like I said, make sure and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. That way, anytime I come on live, anytime I post anything, if you turn on notifications, you'll be able to see that. Um, and become part of the channel, become part of the family, part of the community. Um, But like I said, I'm here for more than just streams. I'm here for communications with different people. I get to know people from around the world. Uh, there could be different situations that different people are going through that we could help each other out with. And that's basically what I'm trying to do with building my channel and everything. I mean, I am located in the United States in Central Standard Time. I know a lot of people have different time zones that they're in. So it may be morning. It's actually late evening for me right now. A lot of people come on in the morning. A lot of people come on at night. Some people are just getting off work. That's basically the cases where I'm right now. A lot of people are getting off work. Of course, it is Saturday right now, so some people don't work on Saturdays, but they may be getting in from eating dinner or something like that. So if there's anything that anybody wants to talk about, feel free to comment. If you're wondering why I normally don't sound the way I do right now. I recently had a surgery done not too long ago, and basically they told me the best way to be able to get my speech back and my pronunciation of words and everything back is to uh, basically talk as much as I can, be more communicative with different people. I mean, that's another reason why I'm doing this is so I can be in recovery and get my speech back to uh, sounding like my old self again. I mean, um, the surgery that I had done, it made it where I almost couldn't talk for 2 or 3 days, but um, I'm starting to get uh, my my how would I say this, my pronunciation of words and everything back. So basically, yeah, and it helped me build my confidence of myself personally back up and everything. It's something that I've been uh, needing to get done for a little while and everything. And I was finally got the insurance and the coverage for everything, so I was able to do that. Um, yeah, next I'm going to be building, working on myself, trying to build my confidence back up. My basically put more balance into my life. Uh, I'm going to try and start focusing on myself more and building myself up. A lot of people have a hard time doing that, and that's one thing I think I have had issues with the last um, probably the last couple of years. I've had issues with, I guess, put it plain and simple, with myself. So I'm going to start working on that more and building myself up. That way I feel more confident about myself and who I am. That I mean, if there's anyone out there that um, is out there and would like to talk about anything, just like I said, I'm a normal person. I don't consider myself special in any way. I basically try to keep myself open for anybody to talk about anything they want to, anything they want to know, anything they want to ask. Just let me know. I guess I can go ahead and I'll pull out a couple cards here. That way we can get some messages for the collective. If nobody has any questions, we can do that. Let's see what messages need to come out for the collective in this reading today. It could be 3 people that's involved here. We had the 3 of Wands. So there could be 3 people involved with this situation that's going on. Could be 2 men and a woman, could be 2 women and a man. See what messages for the collective. That was the really wanting to talk today, so. King of Cups. Someone's deep in their emotions about something. Page of Cups. And we have the 6 of Wands. Could have someone watching you. Those 3. Temperance. And then we have the Sun. And the King of Pentacles. So with the Temperance, it could be something spiritual going on. are emotional, and it could be about a child or a wish that you've been having, and something to do with finances. Let's see, what other? Can we get one card, please? One card. Okay, one card for the collective, please. No, those two. Something's coming to an ending. We got death and the 7 of Cups. A lot of cups, a lot of emotions going on. 4 of Swords and 2 of Wands. So this 3 of Wands coming down to a 2. So you're gonna, more than likely, it could leave one of these. Again, the 7 of Cups with your emotions. Let me see something here real quick. With your 7 of Cups and everything. With the 7 of Cups, it's basically it's an illusion. Either way you look at this, whether it's upright or in reverse, it's an illusion. I mean, there's a lot of choices, uncertainty about which one to make. Basically, are the options real or are they a fantasy? It may be hard to tell which one's real and which one is a fantasy. It's basically saying it's a time that to make a wise choice. You need to choose carefully. You need to look at each option and basically really dissect them and look and think and what's the word? Choose which one is the best option for your greater good. It can also also indicate that someone's dreaming, they're daydreaming, wishful thinking, basically getting your head stuck in the clouds. I mean, there's nothing wrong with fantasizing, but you must watch out that you don't lose track of reality. You gotta focus on what is reality and what is fantasy. That someone is daydreaming and having a lot of basically illusions about something, whether it be a relationship, finances, a job. Someone's fantasizing and daydreaming about something, about some situation, about a 2 of Wands. They're fantasizing about a 2 of Wands. So you could be looking at 2 individuals. Let's see here with your 2 of Wands. With your 2 of Wands, it's saying plans are coming together. Yeah, I mean, you're fantasizing about them, but things are coming together. I mean, you could have achieved a goal for this fantasy, and you're trying to step up to the next thing from this. You could be fantasizing that there's a further position from whatever this is that they're, but it is saying basically you're at where you need to be. I mean, because it is saying that there is a lot of planning that needs to be done, that you need to look what your other options are, and that's what this is saying. Is you have a lot of options coming in, and you need to explore the options and set a goal. I mean, the decision is yours altogether. But they're saying choose wisely. Make sure you're choosing the right decision for you. Let's see, what else do we have here? That's way too many. We have a King of Cups at the bottom. So let's see here real quick. What else do we have that needs? What else does the collector need to know at this time? Okay, one more message, please. That one. Let me see something here real quick. We have justice. So justice is going to be coming your way. I feel like someone out there's been trying to trick you, and you're going to be having justice come your way. With the justice card here, let me pull this up here real quick. Like I said, I have a lot of different notes and everything that I try to go by. I've been learning more and more. Basically, with justice is karma. It's mostly due to past actions that whatever this person done for you, their time has come. Their time is coming, and the key is to understand the truth of the past. I mean, when you can fully comprehend and take uh, personal responsibility for your own role in your past events, you will see that a positive manifestation of this justice will be present. But on one hand, it's good, but uh, you may not like it on one of the other hands. I mean, it's basically you gotta be mindful of what you've done and what is going to come back to you. Positive energy, positive outflow is gonna have a positive income. Um, I mean, basically, you got to do the right thing, even if it's not an easy path to do. You got to have a positive outlook, a positive feeling towards everything that's going on in your life. You got to stay positive. See, let's get a couple life messages here real quick for this. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that try to say different things about different people, and they're trying to bring people down, but you can't let that deter you from your path in life. I can check into that here in just a minute. Let me get these few messages out here, and then I can pull a couple of cards and see if I can't possibly get some type of answer for you. And like I was saying earlier, the first card that came out, put out positive energy and you'll get positive income. The first card that came out, I reap what I sow. I remember that my thoughts and my actions shape my reality, what I sow. whether in thoughts or deeds, will come back to me. Today I choose to plant seeds of abundance, light, and love, knowing that I will reap a greater reward. That's exactly what I was saying before that even came out. You got to keep positive. You need to stay in your right mind. You can't let people deter you. You can't let people dim your light into the world. Together in the light, I give thanks for everyone who enters my life, recognizing that we are all exactly where we need to be. Each person contributes to my growth, and even in this gift means to help me overcome inner confidence, overcome inner conflicts. By focusing on my own development rather than others' faults, I align with the divine. And that's the whole thing about staying positive to yourself. Let your inner light shine. With people, with your light shining, a positive impact. God senses me. By surrendering each day to God, my worries fade and my resistance softens. In God's loving embrace, I find inner peace. Even in the face of challenges, today my faith strengthens me, and I welcome all that comes, knowing God's love sustains me. So you're finding peace with everything, and that's what I'm hearing the best thing for everyone to do is find peace in no matter what the situation is. You gotta stay positive. I've had a lot of things go in my life the past year, and I've been down. I have been, there's at times I was depressed, I was stressed, had anxiety, I had depression, and I just had to turn my ways and think more positive. And ever since I've done that, things have made a complete turnaround. I'm a happier person. I'm happy with who I am now, who I've become, and who I still am coming. We grow every day. No matter what happens, we grow every day. There could be things that can change your life around in a blink of an eye. Let's see. Valerie, if you're still here, let me know. I will grab a deck for you real quick. Let me pull up this one page here. It'll help me hopefully get a better timeline for you. Okay. Let's pull out this one, this deck right here. Okay, so we're trying to see here. We're asking, you ask, when I'm moving house, single mother waiting on a house to get me one with more space. So we're asking, when will Valerie get a new house with more space? Call upon the divine, the spirits. When will Valerie be moving into a new house with more space? Now, I'm going to say that one was a little extra, so that wanted to stay out by itself. Valerie, let you know, I haven't done a whole lot of readings with timelines, so I'm going to look a little bit. It may take me a minute or two to align exactly what they're saying and everything as far as timeline is going. But I will do my very best to see what messages I can get here. When will Valerie get a new house? Get 1 or 2 more? Those 3? That's way too many. We had the 1 come out. I don't take more than 3. That's one of my rules. Basically, if there's more than 3, something is trying to interfere with the reading. So whatever negative energy is going on, I rebuke that we only need positive spirits here. What timeline? When will Valerie get her new house? Can we get 1 to 2 cards, please? 1 to 2 cards. Okay, there's 4 there, so that may be significant there. We'll see what it says. The first one here, we have the Hermit. With the Hermit, it's almost like a stillness. I mean, basically the answers are within you. So yeah, like you were saying, you're in hermit mode right now. So that's basically what it's saying is you're kind of stuck at the moment. You're kind of you have the light. You can see in front of you, and you know you can see the path, but it's almost like you're stuck. Like you're not sure exactly which direction to go. And then we have the 4 of Swords. Libra could be significant. With the 4 of Swords here, the 4 of Swords is saying basically it's a time of healing, and that's why you're in hermit mode. You're resting right now. You're preparing for some type of battle. It could be a battle for trying to find this house. That let's see here. It says if you're pondering a decision, meditating on it longer may be the best approach. That you don't rush to judgment. Basically, instead, quiet the mind and give yourself preparation to look at all the possibilities. If you notice on the card here, it's showing the 3 swords on the wall, and then there's 1 along the bottom of the casket. It's a sign of healing, burying the hatchet, putting something to rest once and for all. If you look closer in the stained glass windows, it has the word PAX, which means peace. Basically, with the halo around the head and everything on the figure, it's ultimately its card is about finding peace and healing in some cases. It could indicate basically a hospitalization but it not always. I mean, it's almost a card of like sleeping beauty, waiting around for someone else to wake you up. And that could be what's coming as you're resting. You're trying to heal. You're looking at all the possibilities. And with the sword here on, let's see, I just saw that a minute ago. Your swords is a time of undetermined. Your swords are going to be undetermined. Basically, that what this is saying is healing and everything like that is it's undetermined. It's almost going to be up to you of when this happens. And then, like you were saying, the next card that we have is the Lovers. And you were saying something about letting your ex go. There could be someone else coming in. Not necessarily a lovers, but some type of partnership even. It doesn't have to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. It could be just a deep connection or a partnership with someone. It could be a partnership in business, could be a partnership in uh, anything. But it could be someone that is going to be coming into your life. And then underneath that, we had the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups says that to open your heart and receive the emotions around you. So you have been in emotions lately, and I believe you've been showing them more than normal. With the Ace of Cups here. Let's see, where is it at? There it is. With your Ace of Cups, it says a new emotional beginning. It could be the start of a new relationship or a time when you are healing old wounds, beginning anew. Um, Basically, the heart is open and ready to receive and give equally. Uh, it's a love overflow, a divine connection begins, a moment of conception. It could be a spiritual awakening. Emotions are cleansed and purified, basically. An opportunity for love that can proceed with an open heart and mind. And with your cups, it's basically, with cups, it's 1 year. Now, and that's not saying necessarily that it's going to take a full year, but something significant could happen in a year. This lover could come in a year, or this house opening could come in a year. A new job opportunity. It could be something, but a year is significant. And then up here we have the hyphenate. Understand your beliefs, values, and boundaries. So it's saying you got to learn stick up for yourself. With your hyphenate. Says it isn't necessarily about religion per se. It can indicate a religion or a domestic, something like that. Basically, it's rule and order, obey the rules, don't buck the system. Status quo must be upheld, and basically it must be a law and order, or a spiritual man. A time when basically an approach to something might be the best solution, that you need to approach somebody or something about a certain situation. For some people, it could represent a teacher, a mentor, a counselor, or a wise elder. Um, I mean, it could present to you a crisis counselor or someone that helps you with a certain situation. I mean, in some cases, it can indicate a therapy card because sometimes people need guidance from a sage therapist or someone that they can trust. I mean, you can also look at it as a comforting, someone that comforts you, or an organization, a secret knowledge, someone that helps you through. It could be someone that helps you into this relationship or helps you meet this person with the relationship, or it could be helping you with this housing situation. I mean, I know you asked about a housing situation, but with the way the cards come out, it's not always what we're asking for. It's what the divine needs us to know at that time, or what they want to tell us at that time. I will get a couple of messages for you. Yeah, let's grab these ones, what I'm hearing. See, can we get a couple messages for Valerie 2003? What does Valerie 2003 need to hear at this time? Split the deck real quick. Oh, I almost forgot that one. A wish fulfillment. The card that came out overall is the Wheel of Fortune. You have strength in new beginnings. The cycle is restarting. So you're saying you just left your boyfriend for good. You're starting a new cycle. And with the world, it's a wish fulfillment that I believe whatever your heart desires, as long as you stay positive in your right mind and look to the divine, they will guide you in the right direction to fulfill whatever wishes you have. Wow. But let's see here. What message do we have for Valerie 2003? Can we get one message for Valerie 2003? No? Looks like you may have three here. We got three of them for you. Our connection. Your soul shares a unique connection with others. Treasure this rare connection. An emotional bond, a soul agreement, a love permit. So you're gonna have you have a big heart. I can see that. You have a unique connection with other people around you, and I believe people see light in you. They feel happy around you, and you bring joy to a lot of different people. Mirror of the cosmos. The universe mirrors you. Look into its reflection and uncover your uncover your truth. Inner reflection, self-awareness, a soul's mirror. And like I was saying, if you look, this person is almost like a pure light. It's like you let your light shine from within. And by letting your light shine, you are being a light for other people. A lot of people are looking at you for almost like for direction, and it's almost like you're helping a lot of people with direction, and you're needing help yourself. It's almost like you feel like I've helped so many people, but where can I find the help that I need? And I believe looking towards the divine, looking into yourself, you're going to give yourself that reflection of the help you need. And then we have spirit circle. Your soul is connected to a circle of spirits. Together you shine, or together you share a mission that unites your hearts across time and space. So it's almost like it feels like you feel like you're connected with a lot of people, even though you're not around them. It's almost like that. What is that called? It's almost like a twin telepathy, but with the souls of different people. That you can feel each other's emotions and almost see what each other sees without even being around them. That's what I'm hearing with the spirit circle, and you're connected to each other spiritually. And I believe if you do like a type of meditation or um, yeah, almost like a meditation or yoga or something like that, you'll be able to connect with those people and with those spirits more strongly, and you'll be able to have more of a soul connection with your inner self. Um, let's get one more message here real quick. If I can, I'm hearing a certain. It's not that one. Is it those? Yes, that one. Let's get one message for Valerie. Can we get one message for Valerie 2003? What message does Valerie need to hear at this time? One message for Valerie, please. That one. We actually have two that came out here. On the bottom, we have, you are a beacon for others to follow, so don't hide the bright light you are. And like I was saying earlier, you have a light within inside you. See, first here, everything is unfolding as it should. So it's saying not to worry about what's going on right now. It is saying you need to rest and rejuvenate yourself, heal yourself, and everything will unfold as it should. And as the next one is, you aren't done. You are just getting started. So you may have felt like once you left this person and everything, that everything was over. But like I was saying, it's a life cycle. You're starting over again. It said you're going to have new beginnings. And this is saying right here that you aren't done yet. You're just starting your journey. You're starting your new cycle over. And with the looks of it, it's going to be what the divine had called for you to be at and where you needed to be. So Valerie, I thank you for coming on to the channel and everything. Thank you for allowing me to give you a reading and everything. If you like, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You'll be able to see anytime I come on. I'd be happy to do any reading for you again next time. Make sure and spread the message. Let people know about my channel. Like I said, I haven't been on here doing readings very long. I tried to. I wasn't really comfortable with myself when I first came on and everything, but I decided that this is what I needed to do. So again, thank you for allowing me to do a reading for you. Thank you for coming onto the channel. Thank you. Thank you very much, Valerie. As always, I'm an open person. Anybody wants to know anything, just let me know. I'm on here, like I was saying, I'm on here for more than just readings. I can do readings for people, but I'm here to build a community as an outlet for people also. Yes, and sometimes that's a downfall with me. Some people say that I can be brutally honest when comes to certain things. I have nothing to hide. I am who I am. I've come to a certain point of my self-realization that people are unlike me for who I am and for what I do, for what I say, or they're not. I mean, people can take me and see me however they want. It's not going to bring me down of who I've become. I am actually a Pisces, believe it or not. I'm a Pisces Aries cusp. Um, I do have traits on both sides. I am deep in my emotions sometimes, and a lot of times I hide my emotions. You can't see them. Um, that's the one thing I've had an issue with in my past relationships is whoever I was with, they had a hard time seeing how I was actually feeling, or if I was meaning what I was saying. That my emotions don't show a lot. I do get deep in my emotions, but they don't show. If that makes sense. Yes, I am a big animal person. I do have. Um, I have always enjoyed animals. I don't have a problem with them. Um, with Cancer, let's see here. When exactly? My son is actually a Cancer. No, no, he's not. I actually can't think of anyone in my family that is a Cancer. My son is a Gemini. That's June. He's June 18th. I mean, my grandpa was a Cancer, but other than that, I can't think of anybody else. I know someone that is a Cancer, but I'm staying away from that subject there. Yeah, the Cancer that I know, she was a kid still, but um yeah, she liked to make up lies and everything, and um, Yeah, my son, he has not my son is actually on the spectrum and everything, but if he goes so long, then yeah, his energy is it's hard to control anything with him. Really, that's real interesting. It's different. A lot of people don't know exactly what it's like to have a kid on the spectrum, but and yes, my son actually, I do see that. A lot of people don't believe this or not, but the way I see it, I called it when my son was born. I called him a stargazer because a lot of times when kids are born, um, they usually come down facing the floor and everything. At least that's what I've heard. And in my instance with my oldest son, he was actually born looking straight up. I mean, when he came out and everything, he looked straight up at me. So I've always called him a stargazer. I mean, he like you're saying, a star seed, a stargazer. That's how I saw it when he came out and everything. And yes, it can be very tiring, especially when they decide not to tell you, hey, I only have one left of this medication. Yeah, that happened not too long ago, and he was up for 2 3 nights and up until 5 o'clock in the morning, still awake whenever I woke up. Hadn't been to bed yet. Yeah, that was a fun couple nights. Me myself, I actually have. Let's see here. I have a like you're saying. I have a Gemini sun, and then I have um, a Sagittarius sun, and a Capricorn daughter. So yeah, I and they're all close to the same age too. So it gets a lot of chaotic in my house sometimes. Um, so yeah. No, actually, only my oldest son is. Like I said, I've had a lot of trials and tribulations through my life. Like I said, I'm truthfully blunt and honest. I was young and wild, I guess you could call it. I was, as they say, um, I mean, I'm straight up, like I said, I'm blunt and honest. I say what's on my mind, how I say things, and how I see things. I go by the saying, basically, I was young, dumb, and full of cum. Um, yeah, let's just say I have 3 kids, 3 different moms. And come January of next year, they will be 17, 18, and 19. So, yeah. Um, if that gives you any indication of how kind of young and dumb I kind of was. But yeah, I just recently, I mean, like I said, I've been doing cards and studying them for probably close to 3 to 4 years now. But I really started getting more into depth of them within the past, oh, probably the last 7 to 8 months is when I really started studying more on them. Um, Everybody has their own beliefs. I have people come on here say certain things, but it's not going to deter me of my beliefs or how I see things. I'm not gonna let it bring me down. I've had enough people do that to me in the past that I've moved on from it. Yeah, a lot of people think I am younger than I am. I actually look younger than I am too. Um, when I was in my 20s, people still thought I was a teen. When I was in my 30s, people thought I was in my young to mid 20s. Now I'm in my 30s, and people think I'm in my 30s or in my upper 20s, and that's true. I just, believe it or not, it's hard to believe. Like I said last June, my oldest son had a birthday, and he turned 19, and it's like, good grief, hey, I can't believe he's already 19. Actually, surprisingly, I haven't gotten ID'd in probably the past year or so, and I think it's because I actually started growing my facial hair a little bit more. I used to, I would completely shave everything and really clean shaved, and that's when I got ID'd the most. Because when I do completely shave, yeah, that's when I look like I'm still in my 20s and everything. I mean, like I said, I'm the type of person, I don't hide anything from anybody. I'm willing to show my face even if you want me to and everything. I have no problem with that. I don't hide behind the camera. I actually recently just got my teeth redone, and it was because of a lot of things people were saying in the past, and it's really helped boost my confidence. Um, Everybody that I said and everything, they're like, "Oh, your teeth, they actually look natural and anything." Um, so, I mean, like I said, I was on here earlier and everything. I done a live video and I was on here earlier. I have no problem whatsoever. I have, like I said, I have nothing to hide from anyone. Um, and if you're wondering the mic and everything, it's so y'all can hear me better because I did record some videos before, and it's like you could barely hear me at all. And yeah, a lot of people think that, like I said, people think I'm a lot younger than I am. Believe it or not, I'm actually 39 now. It's hard to believe I'm almost 40. I feel like I'm 40, but I don't act like I'm 40. I have a young soul. I have a young heart. I have an open heart, basically. Um, I have nothing to hide from anyone. People can like me for who I am or not. It's nothing that is going to deter me from who I am or how I feel. I know, I know. I actually, this is the first time I've cut my hair this short and everything. I figured, well, why not? I'm still young. I can get away with it. It'll grow back eventually if it doesn't look that great. Um, so yeah, this is me. I have nothing to hide. But yeah, this is me. Yeah, I've actually had a couple people tell me that you actually do look good with your hair cut that short. I actually, when I first did it, I completely shaved it off. And thank you. Like I said, I actually, believe it or not, I actually had my teeth done um, on July 17th is when I got them all pulled. And my first set that I had, they had to redo them last Tuesday. I went in the 5th, yeah. So 4 days ago is when I went in. They had to redo them because um, they were kind of offset a little bit. The bottoms were a little long. They were hitting the top before my gum line. Um, they were too thick in the front, so they completely redone them, and I'm a lot happier with the way they look now. They like I said, a lot of people are saying that they were natural. They look natural and everything, but they're not. They are dentures. I'm eventually gonna get the implants and everything with it. Um, and yeah, I mean, actually, believe it or not, it didn't hurt at all. I didn't feel hardly a thing. I mean, the day after, I was feeling a little bit, but with the things that I've had um, dentally wrong in the past and everything, I mean, I've had abscess teeth, different things like that, and it was getting so bad that I was getting infections at least like every other month, and my whole entire jaw would swell up at times. And that pain compared to the pain that I was having after my teeth got pulled and everything, it was nothing. I mean, I hardly had any swelling the day after, and they even gave me pain medication for the swelling and the pain and everything, and I didn't even take any of it. I still had the whole prescription sitting right on my desk. I didn't take any of them. Um, and the only thing that I remember out of the whole process, they started the surgery at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I got out of there at almost 5. So I was back there for about 3 hours. And the only thing I remember is 2 shots, 2 teeth getting pulled, and maybe 3 stitches. That's the only thing that I remember. Um, as far as my swelling goes, as far as my actual jawline and everything, my face, my swelling went down. But even when I went back this last Tuesday and everything, they said that I had a little bit of swelling in my bone. So it was mainly my bone that was swelling, not my actual face itself. Um, but yeah, after my surgery and everything, after they pulled everything, stitched everything up, I don't remember the ride home. It was an hour and a half ride home. I don't remember the ride home. I even took like 3 or 4 photos on my way home, and I don't remember taking them. I even have a picture of when I was just got done and I was sitting in the dentist chair still, and they had the gauze in my mouth, and I had sunglasses on to protect my eyes from the light. I took a photo then. I don't remember that. I took 3 photos on the way home. I don't remember any of that. Um, but yeah, I have them on my phone still even. And I was going through my photos the other day, and I was like, what? No, what is that? And I opened it and everything, and there I was sitting in the dentist chair. um, what they did is they gave me I can't remember what it was, but they gave me 2 pills like 30 minutes before I went back. And I guess I was almost completely out of it when they took me out, when they took me back and everything. I remember them taking me back, but not really anything like that. I remember them setting me in the chair, telling me they were going to give me a couple shots, that I was going to feel a couple pokes and everything. The shot I remember the most was the one they put in the roof of my mouth. I think that's the one that I remember the most. And other than that, like I said, I remember the two shots. I remember one in the side and the one in the roof. Uh, them pulling 2 or 3 teeth out. I didn't feel it, but I remember it. And then like 2 or 3 stitches that they done on my gum line. And then other than that, I don't remember walking out to the car. I don't remember riding home. I don't remember walking in the door. But yeah, that was a unique experience nonetheless. I'm like I said, I wasn't in very much pain. The only thing that really that bothered me afterward was whenever they gave me the stitches in my gum line. They when they tie them off, there's like these little bitty balls that are on there, and yeah, they get annoying. It's hard to eat. I couldn't really eat anything. They said to eat soft foods for at least 3 to 4 days. So I was eating pretty much what I could. I was pretty much living on soups, pure solid soups. Anytime I got I was able to actually eat like a chicken noodle soup and things like that. But I would have to blend it up basically. And yeah, like you're saying, I'm really glad that I was able to get this done with my teeth and everything. Like I said, it really helped boost my confidence. Um, and I, I'm just glad that, believe it or not, I had someone. No, I was not eating baby food. That I would not do that. No, I'm sorry. No, I wouldn't go that far. I would go on a liquid diet before I would eat baby food again. Um, I heard that's some of the most disgusting stuff there is out there. I didn't really even, yeah, no. But yeah, like I was saying and everything, the one thing that I was grateful the most and everything is I have a friend that her parents actually went to church with my grandparents, and my mom and dad, or my dad, went to church with her, and she's always been a family friend and everything. And she's the one that I was actually had that whole thing of the swelling going on, and she could see that I was in a lot of pain. I was suffering with it. She owns her own business doing a fireworks stand, and I've helped her do that for over 20 years now. And she's had her teeth done. She had her teeth done like 2 years ago. Her husband had his teeth done. She's went and took her brother-in-law to get his done. And she's like, "Do you want to go get your teeth done? Do you want to get them done?" I was like, "Well, I've been wanting to get them done for a while now, but the last time I went somewhere, they were saying it's going to cost me like $6,000 to do everything." And she's like, "That's not what I asked." She's like, "I asked you, would you want to go get them done?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, well," she's like, "Don't you have Sooner Care and everything?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, my brother-in-law has Sooner Care and they covered part of it." And she's like, whatever they don't cover, I'll cover the rest. She's like, "It only cost me like 2,200 to cover the rest of his." And it's like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "Yeah, if you want to go get them done, I'll go get them done. I'll call and set an appointment for you. We'll go in and set an appointment." I was like, "Okay." So she called, set up an appointment, and everything else like that. Um, she said whatever my insurance doesn't cover, she would pay the rest. And I went and had my consultation on July 8th. And while I was there and everything, they told me, "Oh no, 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 no! As long as your insurance approves it, we have to send in the approval. We have to do the X-ray, and as soon as you would get the approval, that your insurance should cover it." I was like, "So you're saying my insurance is going to be covering everything?" And she's like, "Yeah, that as long as it's approved, they'll cover everything for you." And so I was like, "Wow, okay." So um, yeah, it's like it was a week later. They called me, said my insurance approved it. Um, I actually got a letter in the mail today from uh, DentaQuest, which is the people that covers everything. And I mean, I'm not going to show y'all. I'll show you pretty much the main thing. Um, it's showing basically right here that with my total and everything, let me pull it up on this screen so I can make sure y'all are seeing this better. Right here, it's showing what my total would have been if I didn't not have my insurance and everything. And I know that's kind of hard to read. It's basically saying my total would have been $5,843. With my approval amount was 4,100, but it's showing that with my insurance covering it and everything, that I got a $1,700 discount, and patient pay was zero. So basically, they're saying that my insurance covered everything. That gratefully, everything was covered. I didn't have to worry about anything. Um, am I a Christian? I was raised in Christian belief and everything. I mean, I do believe there is a God, but I do believe there is other spirits around also. Um, I don't really consider myself Christian. I consider myself spiritual, if that makes any sense. My mom and dad are very Christian. My mom has her own ministry. They're both ordained ministers, but I myself, I'm more of a spiritual belief. Um, and in case you can't see, as far as deity, um, yeah, I do have my own deity, but like I said, I do believe there is a God. Um, I don't know if you can see my my deity or not. It's kind of hard to miss them. I don't hide my sage or my crystals or anything like that. Um, the only thing I do out of respect for my mother is I do put my cards away. Other than that, I leave my stuff out. Um, my crystals have to do with my chakra. They also have protection in them. My sage and feathers are for cleansing. I have homemade black salt. And basically, like I said, I don't hide. I am who I am. Either people like me for who I am, they can accept me for they can accept me for who I am and my beliefs, or they're not going to. Um, and that's, I am who I am. I have nothing to hide from anyone. Actually, no, my deity is not a warrior. Um, my deity is more of a judge and jury. He is he's the goddess of mummification and of the afterlife. Um, Plain and simple, my deity is Anubis. He weighs the hearts to see who is worthy to go to the great beyond, the land of milk and honey, or is basically stuck in um, and not able to move on. Um, he has been my deity for probably the past 3 years. I have always had a fascination with him since I was in grade school, I can remember. And when I started looking into different ones, that's the calling that I had. Was he called out to me several different times. I've had visions with him. He's given me messages. He's helped me through um, a lot of different situations and a lot of different trials and tests that I've had. And you're welcome, Valerie. Like I said, I'm a very open person. I'm willing to open up and talk to anybody about anything they want to know about me. I know there's a lot of people out there. Like I said, I've had people on here, and I don't. I try not to do. I'm not trying not to put harsh words or look down on anyone, but there is a particular person that I was recently dealing with, and in a way still kind of dealing with, that tries to put a bad reputation on me. Say I'm basically toxic and I have an attachment and I'm negative about everything, but I don't listen to that person. I don't believe a word they say. I look past them and I go on with my life. It's a lot of hatred in the world nowadays, and I think that's what a lot of problem is. Is people try to put other people down to make their self look better. I mean, I've even put a couple. I've made a post about. It's probably been about 3 months ago. Um, I posted it and basically saying that. Um, Matter of fact, I'll go ahead. Let me look that up. What exactly what I did say, so I don't misquote myself here. Um, I'm the type of person, I do not like doing that. Let's see. In this post that I wrote, it was actually 2 months ago. I said basically, I put a couple scriptures out there, and it says, if anyone thinks he is religious and does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his heart, this person's religion is worthless. And that was James 1:23. So basically, it's saying that if you're saying you're religious and you're going to put someone down and you're going to say negative things about that person or a certain person, then basically your religion is worthless. And another one was, let no corrupting talk come out of thy mouth, but only such as is good to build up, as fit for the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. And then I also said, but what comes out of thy mouth proceeds from thy heart, and this defines a person. So, I mean, I put that out there because of the words that this certain person was saying. Um, and yes, believe it or not, the person that said this is a she. It was a past relationship I was in that I thought was the right person, and let my vulnerability open, and I learned a harsh lesson from that, but I'm moving on from that now, and um, I'm becoming a better person. I'm looking at the brighter things of things now. Basically, it was a life lesson that I've learned to. She is actually a Libra. Yeah, October. Yeah, and I'm a Pisces, so um, I mean, I'm a Pisces Libra cusp. I was born right on the sign of March 20th, so the day right when it changes. Yeah, they are. They are very much that way. Let's just say with this person, I thought. I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then it's like they would jump to conclusions faster than a bee. You feel a bee sting, to put it lightly. Very jumpy to conclusions, very fast to put the put accusations, or what is that? Put the blame on someone else. Well, just say it that way, and put it at that. Um, it was funny because a couple times they would freak out and think something either got stolen or misplaced, and basically calm down, give me a minute, let me look, and not even 30, 40 seconds later, is this what you was looking for? Well, where was it at? I've looked all over. It was right there. All you had to do was look. That happened on many different occasions. But yeah, this I mean, I'm not saying she was or she is a bad person. I mean, she did try and help me, but she was going about it the wrong way and everything. I mean, she did help me um, with my card reading and everything. She helped me get back into that, but like I said, that that I don't know how you would say it, that connection, that friendship, um, that communication with her, it quit probably uh, 4 or 5 months ago. It is when it ended. And you're right. Now that they're gone, it is a much more peaceful life and everything. Um, I don't have the yelling, the screaming, the accusing going on anymore. I'm able to be at peace with myself, get my life back in line, be where I want to be. Um, and Valerie, I understand how you're saying you're sorry for the ending. I'm sorry for the ending also that happened between me and her. But at the same time, I'm glad that it did, because before I was with them, I felt like my life was falling apart. And then I got with them. I've known them for pretty much most of my life. Um, and I thought that was the relationship I wanted to be in. I thought that's the person I wanted to be with. And I thought my life was falling apart before I got with them. And then I got with them. And at first, yeah, everything was good. I was happy. I was excited. I was finally where I wanted to be. But then at a certain point, it's like everything just almost flipped around to a 180, and everything was just more chaotic. It felt like there was chaos with everything. There was almost like everything with them was almost built on drama. That there had to be drama in every situation and everything that happened going on there. And it was an abrupt ending. Like I said, we were talking. She even told me a few things. She wanted to stay in contact. That may once I get everything straightened out in my life, once I get everything back in line, that she would possibly give me another chance and everything. And um, yeah, after about well, we were friends there for about probably about 2 weeks after I left and everything. We kind of communicated a little bit and everything, but after about 2 weeks, it seemed like the only time she was talking to me really was when she wanted to gripe about something. She had something wrong with something that I did, or she couldn't find something, thought I moved it, or someone told her something that was a complete lie. Eventually, she blocked me on everything. But yeah. Here recently, I had someone get a hold of me and tell me uh, something that had happened. Um, uh, like I said, I'm a true, bluntful, honest person. Um, I was told supposedly, like I said, we split up about 4.5 months ago. No, actually, I take that back. Um, right now would be 5 months and 3 days. I left there on I believe it was April 6th is when I left. But about 2 weeks ago, I had someone I got wind of that she was supposedly 4.5 months pregnant. Well, that wouldn't have been about the time I left. I'm not going to stick on this too much. I'm going to say it quick and fast, so hopefully it doesn't fly over your head. Yeah, she was supposed to be 4.5 months pregnant, which would have lined up with the time that I left. It said she would have conceived between March 31st and April 12th. Well, I left April 6th. So therefore, more than likely it was mine. The person where I heard this from was said they didn't know anything about it. Basically said I needed to keep an open door with them and everything. And then a week after I got wind of this, at that time I told them I've always kept an open door with her. She's the one that blocked me on everything. Um, I basically asked them what was going on. Why did I need to keep an open door with them? Um, and that's when they basically, I'm a type of person I can read between the lines. Basically, they told me that I told them the last thing I heard is she was happy being alone with raising her 2 kids she had at the time. And the person told me basically, yeah, those 2 kids aren't yours, but you deserve to be a part of the family. And like I said, I'm a type of person I can read between the lines, and that basically told me that. I was like, oh my God, really? When did she find out? And she's like, you didn't hear anything from me, but supposedly she's 4.5 months. And then um, about a week after I heard that, it was actually 6 days after they told me um, that I got a message again saying, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to get your hopes up. I did not mean to hurt you like that. I had no idea um, that she was actually seeing someone else and that it was this other person's. So what made me mad about it is I was thinking about it and everything, and she told me before that she did not originally want to be in a relationship. She did not want to be with anyone else. She just wanted to raise her 2 kids. That her husband that passed away and everything. That he's the one she really loved and everything. She didn't really want to be with anyone else. And but yeah, now I kind of figured up the timeline and everything, and so it's saying that she would have conceived between March 31st and April 12th. I left on April 6th, so therefore, if it's this other guy, then supposedly she had to conceive with this other guy within a week of me leaving, and that's what made me. I'm just gonna say it straight up, uh, straight, blunt, and honest. That's what pissed me off the most. Um, but yeah, but I'm at the point in my life, like I said, I'm over it. I'm done. She can live her life. She can be who she wants to be. I'm gonna be who when I'm gonna be. Um, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm moving on with my life. I'm not gonna let that deter me of being who I want to be in life. Um, if the time comes and a DNA test needs done, then yeah, okay, I'll go about it all. And I'm not going to go into too much detail and everything, but like I was saying, I have 3 different kids, 3 different moms. Um, I'm just going to say it real straight and quickly. So I'm not going to dwell on it too much. But her sister done the same thing to me with my middle son. I'll just say that. But moving on. Yeah, that's like I said. I've been through a lot of things the last six months to a year. But I'm turning a new leaf. I'm moving on. I'm trying to become the person that I am called to be. Uh, yeah. So, I mean, hopefully, Valerie, you understand and everything. Yeah, that. It's very hard to stay in positivity and everything. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. When she done what she done to me at the first and everything, I was like I said, I've known this person for almost my whole entire life. She was actually the first person that I asked out got rejected from her uh, and everything. And then 30 years later, she actually gave me the chance and everything. And then she done what she done to me. And I mean, it hurt. It set me into a very deep depression where I even went and started getting counseling. And I think that helped me out a lot, get my emotions in check, get me in a better perspective of things. They did say I did have a mild PTSD because my where I'm at now is where both of us was born and raised. So I mean, I moved away from here for about 20 years, and then coming back here after that situation, really uh, it really put me in a very vulnerable emotional state. It did bring back some emotional PTSD and everything, but I've moved on a lot from that now. I'm actually able to go out places now and it not affect me. Um, I used to have constant thoughts of um, situations of different things that happened between me and her, and trying to figure out where I went wrong, not just with her, but with different relationships I've had in the past. And um, now I'm good. I have maybe uh, I may have one pop up during the day, and it doesn't last though. It may be there for a good 30, 40 seconds, but then I move on from it. And that's what I've learned to do. I've learned to look past situations and make myself better. And um, it all comes with self-control, self-check. You gotta like I was saying earlier, you gotta keep yourself positive. You gotta look at the positive side of everything. There may be negative in everything, but there's also a positive in everything. um, for the breakup and everything, like you said, or like I said, the breakup and everything, it did hurt me a lot. But the positive is it showed me that I am in control now, basically. That I get to choose for myself. I get to choose how I want to go about my life. I can go about it and be miserable and be down, or I can be a positive person and make myself better and find the person that I am truly meant to be with. Someone that's going to love me and care about me for who I am and not for what I do. I don't have to become this other person to make them happy. That they will be happy and accept me for who I am. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make myself a better person and be who I want to be. And then I believe the right person will come along that is meant to be with me for who I am. And Valerie, I like to thank you for sticking around and everything. Like I said, I'm a very talkative person. I'm here to basically be an outlet for anybody else. Also, if anybody wants to say anything, I'm open to any type of subject. I'm here to help others as well as build myself up to help with mine, as long as everybody else allows to. I don't try to defend any, or I don't try to offend anyone or anything else like that. And yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to become myself. I did. I am going to tell you when like I was saying, when I was younger, I was kind of young and dumb, and to go along with that, I was. One mistake that I done is I jumped around to relationships to relationships quite often. Not by my choice and everything. I was the type of person that out of all my relationships, and now I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going straight up blunt and honest with y'all. Um, Between the age of 17 and 25, I probably had about 15 different relationships, and my 3 kids came out of 3 of those. And one thing that I saw that I done wrong is I was jumping to relationship, one after the other, and not being able to heal myself or become the person that I am. I was more jumping to that next relationship, trying to be the person they wanted me to be, and I wasn't able to heal myself. So that's what I'm doing now. Is This is actually the longest I've been out of a relationship for. Like I said, I've been out of this relationship for going on 5 months now. Um, so I've been taking this time to focus on myself and to become the person that I need to be, that I'm meant to be, um, and hopefully eventually the right person will come along that's meant for me. Um, no, no, I don't. No, I don't have no fertility issues. At least the last time I checked, I don't. um, at least out of all those relationships, I've never had anyone complain about it. At least. And Valerie, like I said, I do have my live feed coming up of where I'm streaming from right here, and then I also do have it up on my computer. So I do know that what I'm saying and what you're seeing is a little bit laggy from everything. So if you type a message or anything and it takes me a minute to respond to it, that's why I'm not ignoring you or anything. I'm not trying to put you off or anything like that. It's just how the streaming goes sometimes. I mean, I know it does say that I actually have two people on views, and Valerie's the only one talking to me, so I must be being entertainment for someone else at this time too. I mean, so Valerie, where are you actually from? Someone's lurking in the shadows. That's okay. I've had people do that before. It doesn't bother me. People can lurk, and you're in Ireland. Wow, believe it or not, I my I have Irish in my blood. Um, my like I said, I have nothing to hide. My actual, if you go by my true last name, it's O'Doherty. Um, my last name I go by now is Doherty. My great grandpa actually changed it because he was in trouble with the government. But um, yeah, that's another story that we can go into some other time if you want to. I like you said, it is 2:30 in the morning there, so I understand if you need to get off. Uh, I'm pretty sure that you're probably getting tired by now and everything, listening to me. But make sure and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. I try to come on here once or twice a day. Um, I usually try and come on around noon or anything. So let's see, if you go back 8 hours from now, is normally when I try to come on again. So that would probably 2, 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, probably about 6 p.m. your time is when I try to come on also. So if you want to try and watch around that time, turn on your notifications. You'll see when I come on live. And I hope you have a good night's rest and everything. And hopefully I'll talk to you again next time. And I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming on. It was good meeting you too, Valerie. And I hope you have a wonderful night. I'll see you next time. And you're welcome for the reading anytime. Just let me know. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming on this afternoon and everything. I'm going to go ahead and get off here for right now. If anybody has any questions, feel free to comment in the sections. And again, I'd like to thank Valerie and also um, and Patricia for coming on and communicating. If anybody would like to have any more questions or anything like that, feel free to comment. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next live. Y'all have a wonderful day.